Bass, how you doing?
What's up? What's up, Bizzle?
You doing all right, man?
It's all good, man. Just relaxing, trying to get ready for this good game against these Bears.
I feel y'all gonna win, man.
Man, why are you gonna ask a question like if we gonna win? Man, we're gonna go out there and play hard, man. We're gonna try to get the job done like we do every week. We expect to win every week.
Okay, man. Y'all just having a tough season, man. I'm just calling it like it is, man. Bears ain't
Right.
having too good of a season either.
You're right about that. But we're gonna put this thing together here in St. Louis. We're this close to put something together real special around here.
I feel you. Describe the transition from college to the NFL.
But the only difference is, of course, everybody's gonna tell you the game speed's a little faster. You don't have too many players who you just beat every time consistently. You're gonna have everybody in the league is gonna be good. Coming from their schools, most people in the league was the guy at their school, so you know they got a lot of experience, and then coming into the NFL, the professional. So the biggest difference I would say is you gotta be on the game because at any play, any given time, you can get beat or I think you could beat somebody. It's just the consistency of greatness, I guess.
I feel you. Now you've been on a practice squad and you've been on an active roster since your 3 years in the league. What's the benefits of actually? What's some good things about being on a practice squad?
Um, you always want to play, so I don't know if there's any benefits from that standpoint. But if you're not, you coming into a situation maybe where there's some guys in front of you that are real high draft picks, and they're gonna play those guys, or you come into a situation where you might not be ready to play at that position at that particular time. You have a practice squad year to get ready, learn from some of the older guys, get on the defense in my situation and learn the system. So if anything, if there is a benefit, it's just an extra year to learn the system and just develop your game that much more.
Okay, that's cool. You came from a lot of people come from because there's six big conferences in football and there's more conferences than that. So a lot of people
Right.
come from smaller schools, but you got an opportunity to come from a bigger school. So playing in the Big 12, y'all play big name teams all every year you were there. Describe like the matchup from like the Big 12 and the competition to the NFL, I guess. How does the Big 12 corners match up with the NFL?
Well, the one thing I would say about the Big 12, you'll be ready for the run game. The guys in the NFL are big and strong, and you're gonna see those big and strong guys in the Big 12. Speed wise, the Big 12 can match up with anybody, And I've been telling people for the longest that the Big 12 is probably the best conference. I know you're gonna get the argument with the SEC, and I've been down this road a million times, but just team for team, you got to put the Big 12 in there within the conference, and you playing those type of caliber guys, guys, speed guys, power guys, good running games. As you can see this year, good passing attacks with great quarterbacks. You be ready for the NFL coming out the Big 12, definitely.
Well, since we on college football, I mean, tell me your thoughts on college football this year. I know you're a fan of the game. What's the wackiness? How you feel about that going on right now?
You know I'm a student of the game, so anytime I get a chance to watch football, I'll do so. Uh, Again, the Big 12 is a cream this year. You got the national championship needs to be between the Big 12 and an SEC football team. I'll be highly disappointed if it doesn't come down to those two teams. But any of the top three teams from the Big 12 and any other top three teams out of the SEC playing the national championship, and this happens like that in the last couple of years if you think about it. But it's been a great season. We'll see how it shakes up. I'm pulling for them Sooners.
Oh yeah, we
Hopefully they can
got
pull
to.
yeah, hopefully they can pull this out this weekend against Tech. They got a great offense, but they coming down to Norman, and that's something you always got to worry about when you're coming down there into the big house.
And you know what I'm pushing for though, on the real. I'm pushing
Yeah,
for
but
Florida to lose to Florida State. And yeah, this is my magazine, whatever, whatever. You're not supposed to have bias. Well, it's my magazine. I can say what I want to say. But I'm pushing for Florida to lose to Florida State. And
right.
then I want Florida to beat Alabama in the SEC championship game, and that will have OU Texas rematch in Miami.
Well, see, let me. Well,
It could happen.
that would, you know, that if that was to happen in this league, there would be so much negative comments coming from the SEC.
That's what they want, though. That's the BCS wants. They want the controversy.
That's too much, though. That's almost like we almost need to shut the BCS down if you get the two conference teams playing each other in the national championship. Could it happen? Yes. Will it happen? I highly doubt it. But I would like to see it too. But if that happens, I guarantee you're going to start to see some playoffs around here in the next couple of years. You seen what Obama said. Seen what
Oh,
Obama. Now, if Obama wants it, you might have to start really considering. You might have to factor that in.
I think. Oh, they are. You got caught up from the practice squad from the team this year again for the second year in a row. How is that feeling? Just being on the practice squad, and I know you're a competitor, you want to play, and when you get caught up it's kind of like the major leagues. How does that feel when you first get on the field? Like, describe your first NFL game last year and your first game this year. Like, how did you feel?
Uh, First NFL game last year, I tell this story, and you just kind of let me know I was a fan of the game. I was in Baltimore, and we got to see the whole spectacle of the Ray Lewis when he comes out in his pinches and everything. And this is my first game. We are in Baltimore, great day, and he's coming out, and they announce everybody first, and you kind of don't know what to expect, and then all of a sudden the whole place shuts down, fires coming out, smoke coming out, fireworks, and I'm yelling. He come out dancing. The whole crowd is screaming, "Ray, Ray Lewis!" And so I'm out there. I'm screaming, "Ray Lewis!" too. He dancing. I'm dancing. Coach yells at me, telling me, "Man, you about to play the game." I'm like, "Man, I'm a fan of this game, man." So that. I got caught up last year, and I got to see that spectacle, and that was a great feeling. And this year, it was kind of the same thing, but I had been there before, so
Hmm.
it was like you in it. So now it's our business as it was last year, but I was more in awe last year than it was this year. But just continue to work hard and play and try to get better.
You made a huge, huge impact for the Rams last year on special teams. You got named Team Special Player of the Week 3 weeks in a row. I think you had four total on the year. Great year last year. How's the season been going for you this year so far since you've been caught up?
Kind of similar to last year. I got pulled up, and within the first 2 or 3 games, I was in the ranks as far as being leading in tackles in on special teams. It's kind of the same way this year. I got pulled up. I had a three tackle game against the Cardinals, and that's a pretty big deal for me. Um, great field position, helping out. But it's kind of the same way. I just go out there and try to work hard whenever I get a chance to call up, and that's something that is keeping me around here, and hopefully it'll keep me in this league for a long time.
Okay. You guys, it was a big deal. Y'all switched from Scott Linehan to Jim Haslett. How's the team responding, Coach Haslett?
Um, anytime you have a coaching change, it's kind of a change of a new regime, kind of per se. He came in and immediately we sparked, a new fire within the program. I don't know what that was, or what. If anything, maybe it was just the change. But you give the credit to Coach Hass. He came in, he got the guys up and ready to play. It was a new fire. You sensed it on offense. You felt it on defense. It was definitely there on special teams, and we responded to him. So whatever it was he did, or whatever it was he was saying, we were buying into it. So that was good for the Rams. It was good for the guys here. It was good for the organization.
That's cool. I mean, you started out with the Bills, and then you went to the
Right.
Rams last year. You come from a college program where you're used to winning. Describe how
hmm
it is going 5 years, and even in high school you were winning. So for the past 7 years before you got to the NFL, you were winning. In the
Right.
past 3 years, you've been losing. Describe that transition. I mean, I know you're young in the league, but losing isn't fun. So kind of describe how that's been being so used to winning, and now you're on losing teams.
Um, you never get used to losing. I'll say never. I feel like I would never get used to losing. Like you said, I come from Oklahoma where we win. I think I had a 45-5 record in Oklahoma, and in high school we was winning. And so you never get used to losing, and it's just something that you always want to. I find myself trying to figure out what's going on, or try to figure out what can I do better. What can I do to improve the team? What's going on? So I get in that type of situation with myself. But it's never easy to lose. It's never easy to lose. Definitely consistently. So it's just something you gotta be either a guy who you're gonna either be a guy who kind of breaks and just kind of gives into it, or you're gonna be a guy who's gonna be a solution to the problem. And I feel like I try to definitely be one of the solutions to the problem. There's always, when you're losing, there's a lot of fingers to be pointed at, but you got to figure out what it is, and there's going to be some guys on your team that's going to help figure out what's going on and try to right the ships. And I feel like I try to be one of those guys.
I feel you. Now, who's the most talented wide receiver on the team or tight end? Who gives you the most trouble in coverage out there and during
I like to
practice?
I like to go against Torrey Holt. He's definitely one of my all-time favorite guys. He talent wise, he still's got great speed. He's got great quickness in hands. He's got everything you need tool wise as a receiver. But he has that little extra experience that some of the younger guys may not have. That little extra route running, a little extra move at the end of his route that's gonna get the corner to bite one way or fake one way. So I know going against Torrey is gonna make me better. So I definitely see Torrey Holt. We got a new young guy, Donnie Avery, that I'm sure he's making an impact, and a lot of people keeping their eyes on him. But he's got great speed, and with a little time and development, he's probably gonna be, I would say, one of the top receivers in the NFL.
Okay. And most people don't notice, but you're running safety and corner with the Rams. Which
Right.
describe that transition playing corner your whole life to safety, and which one do you think you're gonna break out into the rotation the fastest on, at corner or safety?
Um, it just depends on what happens. Actually, last week I played corner in the game. I
Did
got
you?
to
How
cover.
was it?
I got to play Isaac Bruce when we played the 49ers. I was covering Isaac Bruce, and that was a joy for me. I did that in practice 2 years ago. So, being on the field with Ike B, Isaac Bruce was another great experience. But I would definitely say corner. Um, I'm fluid at corner. I could play corner in any system. I could play a zone corner. I could play a man corner. To learn the safety position is, what would be difficult trying to switch from corner to safety. I did that all through camp. So in our system, I could play safety in our system at any time. But say I was at another team, I could immediately play corner. I would have to learn safety. So I would say corner on that.
I mean, I wasn't aware of that. How was your first defensive action in the NFL game?
Well, lock down to Isaac Bruce. Put the hands on him, jammed him up a little bit, gave him a little bit of what I did in practice with him. It was a good experience. Coaches, they commented on it, had some quality reps out there at corner. It was a good experience for me. And now that I got that little bit of game experience on the field at corner, it just hopefully just continues to grow, build my resume up, get out there at some safety, get out there, continue to get out there corner and special teams, and just keep building up the resume.
This is a question I like to ask everybody that I've interviewed so far. Who have you hit the hardest, and who's hit you the hardest? Are we on the move now? We on the move?
Let me move around and
Move
put
it
this.
around. You give us a preview of the spot?
Nah, I ain't trying to let everybody see the bachelor pad, but I do gotta put this power plug in this Mac.
Okay. Yeah,
Or we
I'm
both,
glad. I'm glad you in the family, man. All these
or we
PC
both
people in the world, I can't deal with them.
I just switched.
Okay, good. You're a smart man. You're a smart man. But who's hit you the hardest, and who have you hit the hardest in the league, man?
I'll tell you what, one of the first practices I ever had, when I got to really see Steven Jackson and see what he's about when he runs full speed, and he might be one of the toughest backs. He's so big and so fast. When he runs downhill and fast, he's probably definitely one of the hardest backs to take down. And he gave me a blow. I didn't know we was going full speed like that in practice, and he came and snuck me and gave me a nice little blow. Might have been one of the toughest hits. As far as me hitting people, I hit a lot playing in safety. I come down. I would consider myself an aggressive safety. So I hit a lot. I don't know exactly, who I might have hit the hardest, but I hit a lot at safety. So I had a few big hits. I knocked somebody out the game in the Kansas City game, but on kickoff team, and he coughed the ball up. I don't know who it was. Don't really care to know, but
Is that preseason or during the season?
that was preseason.
Okay, cool. Any advice to young cats coming out of college who are entering the NFL? Like, on just any advice on what they need to expect, kind of better themselves and prepare themselves?
So I guess it's kind of what you just said. Let's take a look from what you said. Always better yourself. Always prepare yourself for anything. You never know what's gonna happen in this league. You gotta remember this is a business, and there's no hard feelings here. There's no personal feelings here. You gotta be, ready to relocate if you have to. You gotta be able to play. But the one thing that must stay consistent is that you're getting better. You must stay consistent in your game. I think when you figure that out and you let everything else die down and whatever else is going around you not affect your game, you can play in this league for a long time. You can just consistently get better.
Man, you my boy, man. You know we go way back, but I gotta ask you this. I was watching I didn't even catch the game. I was watching highlights on ESPN, man. Preseason. Me and you, we talk about speed. We never really race, but we talk about speed all the time. You 4.32, man.
I already know where you
You
going with it.
4.32,
I
man.
already know where you going with it.
I'm watching the Titans and the Rams play. I see Chris Johnson break away. I see my man Bassey. I'm like, get a Bassey. He kept going, man. And we talked about it on the phone, so I'm not calling you out there. You say the same thing every time.
Yeah, and I have no problem with
Yeah, exactly. That's why.
And I'm gonna give you a great answer for it.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I was saying. I know I'm not calling you out because you my man and you know the truth. Just tell us what's up with that.
Let me tell you something about. I've always been ever since I was in Pee Wee League. The guy on the team, he's the fastest guy on the team. Ever since I was young, I've always been that guy as far as speed. So that lets you know something about how I feel about speed. I can give you a judge of speed. I've been a track guy. I've been a 400-meter champion. I've been a 4x1 meter champion. I've been dealing with speed all my life. Chris Johnson is the fastest player in the NFL. Hands down, I'll put that on everything. I'm telling you. And I know you look at it and you're like, well, man, listen, I run a 4.32. I've run anywhere from a 4.26 to a 4.3 any given day of the week. Any given time, I can wake up today, I go outside right now, I could probably run you a 4.29. I could not catch Chris Johnson. I don't have no hard feelings about it. I don't feel bad. I don't feel like I'm losing a step. He's fast. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I've been trying to tell people that. That was preseason, and I told everybody I was kind of like, nah, I don't remember. Watch that boy on tape. Watch him. You see how he pulls away and accelerates.
Oh, I know. I saw him when he was at East Carolina. I'm like, this boy's serious. And then he went to the combine, ran that 4.24. That boy's serious.
You know about the speed, but you really, you got track guys, you got track speed, you got guys who are just fast and fast. He's just fast. It's not a track speed. It's football. It's downhill. It's running. He's not a big guy, but he's not a little guy. He can run. He'll hit you, but he runs supposed to. He's a good back man. He's a great back. He's definitely got great speed. I respect the man with speed. And for me to be saying that, you know he's fast. And you know this dead truth that I'm telling you about Chris Johnson and his speed. And I have no problem with telling you that. And it ain't like he just pulled away from me. Now,
yeah.
That's what you're going to say.
You had a bad angle. I'm not hating. You had a bad angle.
No, I didn't. I had a good angle. He created a bad angle with his speed. And then my speed came back, and it looked like it was all right. Well, he just took a bad angle. If I didn't have any type of speed, he would have pulled me out the picture, and then I would have just like everybody else on the film. If you watch the tape, no one else was in the film, but everybody else was running. I was in the film because I was just happened to be 4.32 chasing a 4.24. If you ever want to know what a 4.2 and a 4.3 look like, you can watch that.
I feel you. Of course, y'all played the Titans, and one of your good buddies, Brandon Jones, Grew up, played through them in college out there. Tell me about that game and that week of playing the Titans. Did you get any good shots on BJ out there?
You know what? Actually, I did, and
Oh.
I did because I purposely did. I went out there thinking I can't wait to see Brandon Jones halfway blocking or not looking back, and I'm gonna crack back on him as hard as I can. I got him. I didn't get the shot that I wanted to, but he was trying to block. I think Lindell or somebody was making a nice little run. He was trying to block back, and I went back and I got a nice shot on him just to let him know, hey, I'm here with you, BJ. Let's get it.
What he have it? You know BJ like to talk. He have anything to say to you after that?
He talked one practice. We had 2 days together with him out in practice. He talked with me one practice. In the second practice, I thought he was pretty tired. I guess he was winded, so he didn't want to speak too much. But that first practice, we had a nice little conversation, man. It's great to see Sooners in the league, and I hopefully we'll get a lot more. We need to flood this thing like Miami did in the 2000s and 2001s. We need to start flooding the market with Sooners in the NFL, and I think we will after this year.
I feel you. I feel you. It's a rumor going around, man. Word on the street is you're banished from Dallas altogether, and that St. Louis is your new home. They say you
Nah,
can't even go back to the D.
nah, that was a joke going on around with the radio because we had just beat Dallas. You know, I got to talking a little mess to everybody down there, let everybody know. Yeah, I'm here, still from Dallas, but I'm in St. Louis. We had a good game against the Cowboys though.
That's cool. Final question, man. OU versus Tech tomorrow. You don't want to talk about the Bears and the Rams, so I got to get a prediction from one of them. OU versus Tech tomorrow. Who wins?
Gotta go with the Sooners, man. What kind of question is that? What kind of guy would I be not to go with my alumni? Going with the Sooners. Everybody think it's gonna be a high-scoring affair. I think Brent Venables is gonna keep Texas Tech and Crabtree in that offense under 35 points. So I'm gonna go Sooners 35, Tech 24.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, Eric, you've been my far most entertaining interview, man. I've had a lot of stars on here, but you kept me entertained. I'm sure you're gonna keep the people entertained when they see this online.
Always,
What?
man.
One last thing, dog. Where do you get your football information from?
Gotta get it from Six Magazine. You know what it is.
That's what's up, baby. It's Richard Boder, Eric Bass with Six Magazine, signing off. Peace.